Let's talk more tech, this time more focused on Africa. Konga has recorded another first in Africa's e-commerce market with the launch of a live online product auction platform. Now, the initiative will debut today, May 1st, 2020. The live auction is a monthly feature which will afford eager shoppers a chance to stake their claims for the exciting products on offer on the Konga's platform on a monthly basis. The company says the initiative is further proof of its boundless strategies to raise the bar in the e-commerce marketplace and excite its customers globally. So joining me to discuss this is Konga's head of marketing, Mr. Ajibola Olayiwola. Good morning to you, Ajibola. So tell me, viewers are eager to know exactly how does this live auction work and what's it called? What are you calling it?
This is Konga last price. How much you go pay is our tagline for this first edition. And pretty much what we're asking, what we're telling our customers to do is just to come on air 5 p.m. today, the first edition, and you have a whole lot of stock, different product, different categories, an opportunity for you to leverage amazing prices, and also as a matter of fact, the ball is in your court, so you just have to peg your price at, put a stake on it, on any of the product, and see if you win.
Okay.
So,
great. Okay, great. So when you say you are telling customers to come online like on your platform, through what avenue are they going to be able to access the products that are going to be on the auction?
Yes. So we're asking our customers to come online. That's to come on live on all our social channels. So on Twitter at Shop Konga, on Instagram at Shop Konga, on Facebook at Shop Konga, and also on YouTube at Shop Konga. So on those platforms at 5 p.m. we go live, and we have all the products on display, and you can place your bids.
Okay. So so it's an auction now. So if I don't know, 500,000 people want to bid for a particular item on there, do the mechanics of demand and supply work on this auction to where prices will be affected by the number of people that are bidding for them?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're only in control of the starting price. It's an auction. So it's not left for you to tell us how far and how much you can pay to have the product. So a product of 500,000 naira, for example, we're pegging our price. Possibly for any of our products, we're pegging at maybe 100,000 naira or 80,000 naira, and we're telling you how far can you go to have it. So as long as I'm sure 1,000 people or 500,000 people will not place the same bid on the same product at the same time. So then that comes to the winning bid. That's the AMA price. So who wins eventually? It's the highest bid. So then that person goes away with the product.
Okay. And then what is the, is there a time limit? Auctions, just to add a little bit of drama.
Yeah.
Is there a time limit to the bids?
Yeah. So we have, for each product, we have 6 minutes where, the introduction, the description, and every other thing, then the clock starts to read. So it's left for you to then place your bid within that time before the gavel goes down.
All right, cool. What about the post-auction process? So the winner of the bid who gets the item, how does that work in getting it to them?
So that process is actually so frictionless. So pretty much what happens is once we have a winning bid, it's just for us to contact the winning bidder. And what the winning bidder then what we then do is our customer experience guys then eats the winning bidder via DM, that's direct message on any of those platforms. And you're just expected to make your payment. Then once the payment is being confirmed, then your product is shipped. So Lagos, we're telling you get your product next day. So Lagos, you have it next day delivery. Then for all other locations anywhere, nationwide, you should get it within 72 to 96 hours.
Okay, fantastic. So you mentioned DM and on any one of your social media channels. Is the drive behind this social media engagement or more social media engagement with customers out there?
Yeah. So for the platform, yes. So because we've seen a shift, so consumers have moved from web, emails to social. A lot of people are so a lot of people now sleep on all of these social platforms. So pretty much in terms of social, in terms of the platform for this drive, definitely social. But when you talk about the idea itself, was born out of, where as being the most innovative brand in the e-commerce space. We did that 6 years ago when we introduced the marketplace. 2 years ago when we also had, we decided to position ourselves as a composite e-commerce firm, introducing offline chains. So this time around, it's just all about, what else can we do? Something new, something fresh, and, and we had to look at the consumer. And you also agree with me, these are precautionary times where, a lot of our consumers, they expect, they're living just below the limit, just below the belt. And, this is a time where we feel there's no better time than to introduce some sort of a cushion effect just to ease, the lockdown and every other thing. So just to put a smile on our consumers' faces anyways.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, well, speaking of which, since you mentioned the trying times now, there have been a number of companies, private sector companies.
Sorry, Rotus, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, as I said, since you mentioned the trying times, the pandemic, people on lockdown, so a number of private sector, players, companies have been making donations and doing charity work towards that to assist people. Has Konga also been part of that as well?
Yeah, absolutely. 4 or 5 weeks ago, we introduced the 10 million naira fund. It's a palliative. Pretty much what we asked our customers to do is, because we also want to be directly involved and make sure it's being used appropriately. So what we ask them to do is just to come on our platform. It's still very much on. So I'm telling everyone now, just go on the Konga platform, konga.com, make a purchase, and and use at checkout, use the solo save code. Then you get a particular value deducted from your checkout, from your basket size.
Okay, great.
And it's for everyone.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Now, I want to ask, with regards to the lockdown and this pandemic period, what have you seen people buying? What based on what you've been tracking, what are Nigerians or people that are coming to your platform, what have they been purchasing? What are the top selling items and so on?
So let me first mention, and I think most everybody will agree with me, Konga is Nigeria's #1. When it comes to electronics, when it comes to mobile phones and computing devices, laptops and the rest of it. So, but recent times, because of COVID-19, we've seen a surge in groceries, essential items. Basically, you have your beauty and personal care, and so many other categories also, coming up. So it's been a learning curve for us too, pretty much, because in as much as it was expected, but right now we still see, our whole products still competing as well for the same share as the essential items.
Okay. All right. So since you mentioned that there's been a surge in grocery items and all these other survival items, if you will, I want to take your attention to something we've talked about on Arise News and other platforms. The FIRS executive chairman, he recently put out a press release appealing to certain sectors of the economy. He mentioned e-commerce, he mentioned telcos, he mentioned financial institutions, saying that they were experiencing a boom during this COVID-19 time, and they should, make arrangements to try and maybe pay taxes early. Is e-commerce going through a boom? Would you describe that with the way things are right now during this period?
I don't think so. I wouldn't necessarily agree in that sense. So, because eventually I'll look at it from two ways. Number one is people are buying quite all right. We've seen surge in terms of new customers, trying new commerce. At least there's no better time. E-commerce has been on the rise, absolutely. But this time around, it's been so different. But in terms of a boom, so then it speaks to me talking about groceries and essential items. They are fast-moving consumer goods, absolutely. So in terms of their cost value and how much these items go for, they are pretty. You can't compare them to your electronics or your mobile phones or your laptops. So when it comes to another major question should be: are people actually buying right now? And when it comes to essential items and groceries, what do people buy? What are the major things people buy? So, where do they buy? So when it comes to groceries, let me just say, a lot of us are still traditionalists when it comes to shopping. When it comes to groceries, we prefer to buy them, the next supermarket just very close to my house, or there's one small kiosk, just a few houses away. That's how we buy groceries most of the time, or we go to ShopRite and the rest of the offline chains.
Okay, fantastic. So in that case, how have you as a company adjusted to the economic environment now with COVID-19 and how it's impacted the economy? How have you adjusted?
So number one for me will be currently as a business, we've structured the business better, and in terms of even deliveries. So right now we're structured to handle faster and quicker deliveries. Then also we've also had to, also consider remote options. Then because of the changing behavior, we've also had to introduce new sales channels. So we do we've introduced direct marketing too, to the front. So as much as you can buy on the platform konga.com, we actually assist people because we understand the pain in the e-commerce space. So we do direct marketing and also try to reach you directly to place a call, send us a message, and also other sales approach, just so we make sure we meet everybody at their at their need. Then also as a business, we've also introduced that's the 10 million naira palliative I talked about, just to also ease the whole COVID-19 situation. So pretty much it's a growing phase, but I can say we're better structured for it, and we're better positioned.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us, the head of marketing at Konga, Mr. Ajibola Olayiwola. Again, Konga is debuting their online auction platform today at 5 p.m. You can check it out on their platform. You're watching the Global Business Report here on the Rise News. Coming up, in an effort to reduce costs, President Buhari has approved the implementation of the Oransaye report aimed at restructuring the civil service. Details of this and more. Do stay with us.
This is a demand shock, this is a supply shock, this is a market shock, and this is an information shock. My estimate is that the U.S. GDP will take a 10% hit. So the world economy is around 86 trillion a year for gross global product, and the U.S. is about 21 trillion a year. So we're going to do about 2 trillion less. We're going to have a lot fewer restaurants open, movies and all that. And the service economy...